Hello friends, welcome to the Academia Diego channel, the channel where we always try to explain mathematics in an easy and simple way. This video is translated into English with the help of artificial intelligence. I hope it is helpful to you for your studies. Truly, that would be my greatest dream and what would make me very happy. If so, leave me some comments as it is always good for me to learn from you. We start after the intro. Today I bring you a trigonometry exercise in which we are going to solve a right triangle. It is about calculating the height of this castle, as well as the distance we need to reach its base. After the intro we begin to explain it. Well, as I told you in the statement here, the introduction tells us that from a certain point on the ground you can see the highest point of a castle forming an angle of 28 degrees with the horizontal. If we move 70 meters towards the foot of the castle, this angle now measures 55 degrees. Make a drawing that represents the situation and calculate the height of the castle. Well, here we have our castle. And then, from a certain point, we see the highest part of it at an angle, as the 28-degree statement says. We began to approaching the base of the castle by a total of 70 meters, and from there we measured the angle again. Obviously, being closer the angle is larger, it is 55 degrees. Obviously, we do not know the distance we need to get from here to the castle. And of course, what the problem asks of us, which is the height of this tower, this castle. Well, let's get started. Here we see that if, for example, we look at this 55-degree angle, the height of the castle represents its opposite leg and the x, which is the unknown distance we need to walk from here to the base of the castle. This would be its contiguous or adjacent leg, which relates to the opposite leg. The adjacent leg in trigonometry is the tangent formula, because the tangent of an angle is the quotient between both legs. The length of the opposite leg divided by the length of the adjacent leg or adjacent leg is also known by that name. So here what we are going to consider, since there are two unknowns h and x, is a system of tangents, the system with two equations. We are going to work first with the triangle closest to the tower to the castle, which would be this triangle here. Looking from the 55-degree angle, obviously the tangent of 55 would be its opposite leg, which is h, between its adjacent leg, which would be x. What if instead of working with that triangle we work with the one that is formed by taking the largest distance? Well, obviously looking from the 28-degree angle, this would be the opposite leg, it would still be h, but now the contiguous or adjacent would be this entire distance, which would be x plus 70. Well, this system. I usually solve these types of exercises using the equalization method because I think it is the easiest to understand. We clear the h up here from the first equation, and since this x is here dividing, it would happen by multiplying. Then we will have h equal to x times the tangent of 55, and here the same thing would be h equal to x plus 70 times the tangent of 28. I insist that since you are here dividing, you would multiply. Well, once we have that, we can do it by equalization. As I say, what we are going to do is equalize both expressions x times tangent of 55 equal to x plus 70 times tangent of 28, and then this is it. This equation is already very simple to make. The tangent of 55 and the tangent of 28 I have solved with the calculator, and I have rounded it to the nearest hundred. So here we are going to have x times 1.43 equal to x plus 70 times 0.53. I insist that I have rounded both to the hundreds. We continue operating x for 1.43. Evidently it is 1.43x and 0.53 times x. Because it remains like this 0.53. Well, now we have removed the parenthesis. To finish making the equation, just transpose terms. We leave the terms that contain x on the left, and those that contain independent terms we leave them on the right. So here the 1.43x remains as is the 0.53. As it changes sides, it changes its minus sign. 0.53x equals 37.1. Here the subtraction is done. It gives us 0.900. X equal to 37.1. So 1 divided by 0.9. because what it multiplies happens by dividing with the same sign that division gives 41.22. Those are the meters we need to get from here to the base of the castle. But the problem really asked us for this. What I was asking for was the height of this castle, this tower, since we can calculate the height both here and here. Obviously it is simpler here. So h would be equal to x times the tangent of 55, and since the making that product 41.22 times 1 gives us a height of 58.94 meters, almost 59 meters. That's how tall it is, this tower of this castle. I hope that it has been clear. If so, please leave me some comments. It is always good to know if you have understood it to always improve. I hope this tutorial has been helpful to you. It would really make me very happy if it did. Just remind you that you have to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any news from my channel.